Ramakrishna. Om. Salutations to Bhagavan Ramakrishna. This is the third class in the second series of Mantra Yoga. And we've titled it Mantra as an Integrator. Now, yeah, we know the integrator means many things, but here something that the agent of integration. When we look around in the world, or even we look inside our bodies, if we study our bodies, from the evolutionary standpoint, we think, okay, evolution, we think it's a monolithic, it's just a unit, one. We are products of evolution, but evolution, the process itself, is a process of many systems working together. It's inevitable, even outside in this world, the world is, external world is evolving. There's an evolutionary process going on here also. There are many subsystems, all kind of working together. It's like there's something that integrates everything together. There's something. Look at it like a kind of a conductor conducting an opera. All the instruments, the players, are perfectly doing their part. And if they don't do their part, somebody plays something else, the whole harmony is going to get disturbed. So they are that agent which sees that everything plays accordingly to time and everything. So there's a harmony. Okay? So evolution itself, growth, everything is a system of many subsystems working together. Take for instance, even in you write down, even in a cell, there are other systems, separate systems, all working together. Like the mitochondria has got a separate DNA, and then we have a separate DNA, and then we have RNA, and all these things, hundreds of things, proteins are being produced, everything's working perfectly together. The personality also, we think, oh, no, it's a very nice personality, or a very bad personality, or a very neutral personality. No. A personality also is a final result of many sub-personalities working together. We may not be aware, but we have many sub-personalities all clustering inside, and there is some agency, something that keeps everything harmonious, in tune. Something goes off whack and everything goes out. So though it's a very robust system, yet if something goes wrong, everything collapses. So it's fragile, at the same time, it's very robust. Evolution, you just can't stop the processes, it's very robust. At the same time, certain things can throw everything off balance. Personality also, there are many things that are happening inside. Something comes out and throws the personality out of kilter. So there is an agency that integrates. All this was just to show us that there is an integrator embedded in the very processes itself, external or internal anyway. Okay, once you get this integrator, then we come down to spiritual practices, mantras. When a person starts practicing spiritual disciplines, of course, that person's high level of integration is necessary for success. That's very important, because if we are not integrated, the power of the mantra will not be awakened or released. So in spiritual literature, we have these 5 sheaths, the sheath of the body, the gross body, the sheath of the vital forces, that which enlivens the body, the sheath of the mind, then we have the sheath of intelligence, and then we have the sheath of bliss. So we have these 5 sheaths. Then we have something like old memories, and you can say even morality and ethics, and everything has to become integrated into a unit, as it were. Everything has to play its part perfectly. And as we start practicing the mantra, repeating this mantra, this integration further helps in making the mantra powerful. Okay. Now, oh my God, there's so much. Do I sit down and integrate myself and then start repeating the mantra? It will take a long time. Imagine if I have to sit down and start doing those integrations. Basic integrations are necessary, because if we are not integrated, we will not approach spiritual life at all. The difference between a spiritual aspirant and a non-spiritual aspirant is the degree of integration and disintegration. Okay. So this is kind of fun. Somebody says something and you simply get disintegrated with that. Oh my God, it's so traumatic. What's so traumatic? Why do you have to be so traumatized by some word or some criticism somebody's said to you? You've got to have some grit. So that grit has is a basis of spiritual life. You're not anymore subject to old memories. Like, for instance, you are sensitive to a little extra or even less food or sleep or leisure, anything. You try it out. You don't sleep for a couple of days and try to do your mantra japa. It's just impossible. You don't eat properly, and then all your vital energies go down. So the body is extremely sensitive with all these disruptions. It gets easily disrupted. Now, when we come down to then what should we do to integrate ourselves? Well, repeating the mantra itself is a perfect integrator. All your systems, your subsystems inside of your personality, your physical, your vital, your mental, your intellectual, everything becomes integrated just by repeating one mantra. It's an amazing fact. Here, you don't need 5 mantras, you don't need 10 mantras. Just one mantra, and it has the power of integrating the various, you can say, systems within us, with our outsiders also. Yes. Now, what happens is this mantra that seems so simple, does it have that potency? Because the human personality is made up of different levels, from the grossest to the subtle and subtler and subtlest. So if you take us as physical, that's one part of the spectrum. Then we take ourselves as having that vitality, the life forces, the biological forces there. And then we have the mind forces. Then we have the intellectual forces. Then we have the spiritual forces. So it's a continuum, it's on the spectrum. We don't live on one level for long. We keep on moving from one level to the other. The spectrum, we keep on changing. in the case of spiritual people, spiritual practitioners, they live very less on the physical level. Their life is more on the mental or intellectual or moral level, whatever. Then after you push yourself, you can live on the spiritual level. Now what happens is, when you take a mantra, unfold it or unpack it, you find that your personality, the spectrum of your personality, entire being, corresponds to the entire spectrum of the mantra. The mantra also has a physical element, then it has something that enlivens it, the vital aspect, then the mental aspect, then the intellectual aspect, and the spiritual aspect. It's exactly corresponding to one's own being. That's the reason why they used to say that if you chant a mantra, that mantra must be according to your personality. Take for instance, Sri Ramakrishna says that there are two main divisions of people in the world. Those who are devotional in temperament, they worship Vishnu. And those who are more, you can say, prone to the path of knowledge, they are the worshippers of Shiva. So he classes the whole world into two things, the Vishnu types and the Shiva types. These are extremely broad classification. Your personality will give a hint as to what mantra is, you can say, suitable to you. And the Guru likewise gives that kind of mantra to you. Now, whether it's if you manifest aspects of the goddess, then if you repeat the name of the goddess, this mantra becomes powerful. Now, if you repeat the mantra of Shiva and you're a worshipper of the goddess, Devi, it will take a longer time. No? So, the mantra has to correspond to your personality, and when it does, the integration becomes very powerful. So you already have a spectrum here. You are living on various levels, from the grossest to the spiritual. The mantra also has that spectrum from the grossest to, and as you keep on repeating this mantra, what happens is, first, there's a tremendous integration going on here. You will find you can live on various levels easily. People say, no, I don't like this and I don't like that. No. There are some things which disturb you, there are some things elate you. What happens is, as you keep on repeating the mantra, you are not too elated or not too disturbed. Your likes and dislikes vanish. You are steady. You are balanced. You are in harmony. And harmony with what? When you are in harmony, you are in harmony with the world outside. So the mantra which has integrated you, has and brought out a harmony, makes this harmony also synchronize with the external harmony. Everything out in the world also becomes harmonious, synchronized. So this is the integration. Without the mantra, an integration is extremely difficult. You'll have to go for therapy, and you'll have to go for this, and you'll go for that, and hundreds of things. My God. See the array of things that are kept here, because the array of mental problems or mental ill health are various. the number of doctors are numerous. You'll get a doctor only who will look at your toenails, and you'll have a doctor who will look only at your hair, and you have doctors for every other thing in the middle. So you need to have physical integration. Does the mantra help you? Yes. Amazingly, the mantra gives you, on repetition, gives you even physical health. Then all your energies in the body become strong. It helps there. It helps the mind. It helps the intellect. It helps your consciousness. Whole thing has become now a perfect harmony. And this is what happens to you. When you are in harmony, the whole world outside becomes, what's wonderful. Why do people say it's a miserable world, it's a world of suffering and world of this? That's because there is a disintegration. So now you've understood the mantra is an integrator. Now how does it act within us? It's a simple thing. Let's take another illustration of a heart. Now what does the heart do? Well, we know. It is pumping even before you're born. And after you're born, it keeps on pumping and pumping and pumping. Does not it take rest? Yeah, but that's a different story. What it does is circulates the blood which has pooled there within it and throws it out. And the blood again comes back, again is thrown out, purified. It's a constant process. When you start repeating a mantra correctly, what happens is waves and waves of that mantra power floods your system, comes back, and again it's thrown out all over your system. It's over and over and over. That's the reason in one of our previous classes, the heart of mantra yoga, we have spoken about how to use the beating of the heart with the repetition of the mantra. So this is the kind of practice that we need to do. Okay. The mantra releases powers on repetition. And that spreads down your physical, vital, your mental, your intellectual, your conscious, everywhere it floods you. This is the integrator. This is the integrating factor. People say, do I keep on thinking of the meaning as I repeat? Yes, and I've been insistent on this from the very beginning. You have to keep or remember the meaning of what you are repeating. That makes the mantra even deeper, the repetition even deeper. Okay? It's very important. Otherwise, if you do it mechanically, yeah, it has its benefits, but the benefits are not going to spread out all over in your subtle aspects of you. Your mantra will be only on one level, the gross, the bodily level. And you're sitting down, oh my God, I have to meditate, I have to do japa, and my back is aching, and my leg is aching, and my leg has fallen asleep, and and then I fall asleep, oh my God. So when you keep on intelligently, consciously, with focus, as you keep on repeating the mantra along with the meaning of it, then the knowledge of that mantra becomes more and more luminous. And that luminosity, as it were, spreads out, comes up. But does it just, is my body only the limit of my, no, the power of the mantra, as it were, can ooze out of even my physical and mental and vital. So there is no limit. The more powerful your repetition is, the more the power of the mantra can spread within you and outside you also. Okay? But that's another story, and this has been dealt with in the previous classes. So what we are more interested in, the mantra, every repetition of the mantra, like the beating of a heart, impels its powers down the entire spectrum and once again withdraws it. And again, it's a constant motion, constant motion. And at times you will find, as you keep on repeating, the mantra repetition becomes so fluid, so natural. You will not feel the ups and downs. Okay? It's like when the water is flowing very smoothly, you don't see any ripples. You will see only ripples and waves when there is a disturbance, either on the ground, on the bed of the river or the stream, or some breeze blowing. If there is, the bed of the river or stream is flat, is smooth, the water flows, so the mantra will flow up and down in you, pulsating, pulsate out, pulsates in, pulsates out. It's a kind of a wonderful feeling. You feel kind of uplifted. That mantra has now integrated itself and in the process integrated you. How does the mantra integrate itself? When you repeat it correctly, the mantra integrates itself. So it's like a kind of a seed given to you. Now if you want a tree, well, you go and tend that tree, tend that seed. And that mantra keeps on growing and growing and growing and growing till it becomes massive. This is the process of integration. So how do we start? Oh, we've been giving practices all these times on how to start. So we will club the heart of the mantra yoga along with this integration, and we will practice this. Okay? Now I would like you to sit down straight. This is the mantra as integrator. Now we did it for 5 or 7 minutes. I'm sure you're not aware of that passage of, but you can lengthen it. Don't visualize anything except the waves of light running through your entire body and mind, running up and down. Harmonize it with your breath, with the beating of the heart. As you keep on doing that, you will find the beating of your heart, the pulsation, becoming slower and slower. Because you start with the heart beating at a normal, you can say, resting pace, okay, maybe 60 or something like that, or 50 or whatever beats per minute. So, and slowly, slowly it will slow down. The beating of the heart will slow down. The repetition of the mantra will slow down. And the waves of light emanating from here and rushing down all over you will become slower and more powerful and much better. And you'll be bathed in that light. Visualize that light as kind of luminous golden or yellow, and feel everything. You are kind of floating, as it were, in those waves of light. This is the power of the mantra. This is the power of integration. This, once it's done, you can integrate even others around you. Oh yes, that is the power of integration. you'll become, as it were, rock solid. I mean, not rock solid, spiritual rocks solid. Then you can very easily, when you're sitting down for meditation or japa, from the gross level, from the body level, you can very easily move to the spiritual level without any obstructions. It's one fluid movement. And as you keep on doing it on a spiritual level, wow, all that energy spreads down to everywhere in the spectrum, of course. And this is the way one has to do mantra. And if you can do it, oh my God, you become unstoppable. Everything inside you becomes so pure, so holy, so sacred. The mantra itself is now conferring these qualities to you. The mantra is holy, it's pure, it's sacred, it's divine. So the mantra is now integrating everything. The mantra itself needs integration. How does it need integration? By repetition. As you repeat it with devotion and with meaning, it integrates. And that integration integrates everything around. Okay. So we stop here for a few questions if they are. Om, peace, peace, peace.